Landlords, what does a rent ledger look like, or what should it look like so you can prevail on your non-payment of rent cases? Hi, my name is Rob Wells. I'm the Landlord Warrior on TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Now, for whatever reason, on non-payment of rent cases, I have some landlords that have very good records and keep a very good payment rent ledger, and I have landlords that have non-payment of rent situations or tenants that aren't paying their rent and they have no records whatsoever. So what is a rent ledger and what should it look like so it can help you out in your non-payment of rent case? Well, a rent ledger is just a record of payments and charges that accrue on a tenant's account. A good ledger should have the dates of when charges accrue, such as when your rent becomes due. In most cases, people's rent becomes due on the first of the month. So you would have an entry of rent, how much it is, and a balance basically that runs with that. And also, most importantly, the most important part of the ledger is the actual tenant payments. And good ledgers will actually have the date of the payment, the form of payment, like for example, if it came by cashier's check or Zelle, it will have some notations to that. And most importantly, that the payment is actually reflected in any balance due. So basically, if you have $2,000 of rent due on the first of the month, let's say July 1st, and your tenant makes a payment July 4th for $2,000, the balance is zero, basically, in that case. Okay, and the record should reflect the actual date of receipt of payments and charges. So when you go to court, or if you had to come to a guy like me for, your tenant is not paying rent, the record is an accurate representation of what your tenant owes at the time that, you present the record, basically. And you can keep a record in a number of ways. You can have a paper ledger. I have people that keep a paper book that has dates and entries of charges, rent charges, and rent payments. And if there are other fees like late fees and so forth, that's all reflected in there too as the date they accrue, basically. Other people use Excel. Some people use QuickBooks. Whatever your method is, your records should detail the dates of any charges and dates of any payments received, and even the form of payments received. Where landlords go wrong is they just don't keep this information whatsoever. They might keep it, their bank statement showing, hey, so-and-so, I deposited this money on this date, but that becomes cumbersome, especially if you have multiple properties or if you don't remember which deposits are which. So, in many cases, if a landlord doesn't know that information, usually I have to send them back and tell them, you're going to need to figure it out or go to a bookkeeper or someone that can help you put those payments together, because I'm not collecting the rent, you're collecting the rent. So that's the end of that rant. If you have comments, questions, put them down below. If you're a landlord in the Northern California area facing a non-payment of rent situation and you need some help, please feel free to reach out. We might be able to help out. Until next time, folks, we'll talk to you then. Thanks.